Around 4 months ago, I actually made a video about my travel essentials, but since then I've moved to a completely new state and I have made some changes to the things I take when I travel. So figured I would update you guys on what's in my travel essentials and some of my extras. Right away, let's start off with the book bags I'm using, and I have two options when traveling. And this bag I got from Amazon a few years back, and I use this bag when I need to pack as much gear as I can. Maybe I don't have a carry-on. And my second option is this blue leather camera bag that I got from Terrion, and it is so much nicer looking than my Amazon bag. However, it's not as big, which is why I don't always bring it. If I don't need to pack that much or I have a carry-on, this is the bag I'm going with. It does come with a block divider that you can remove or keep in there, and it does help me stay organized, so I typically keep it in there. And I also like that I access the camera gear from the back of the bag and not from the front, so it just makes it a little bit safer, a little less likely to be stolen from. And the fact that I can take the block divider out is nice because I can just use this as a regular bag. It doesn't exactly look like a camera bag, so I can use it for anything else. And it's not as easy to do that with my Amazon camera bag. All right, let's go into the cameras that I bring when I'm traveling. And I have been traveling with the Red Komodo, as it is the A camera for the Sin City bartender when I travel to Vegas. It might be a little overkill for YouTube, however, since we work in a studio set with controlled lighting, it's really not that bad. I don't really have it rigged up that much. I just have it on a tripod with a monitor, and I connect power to the AC adapter, so it's plugged into an outlet, so I don't even have to bring batteries for it. Since it is a static shot, I typically only bring one lens for it, and recently I picked up the Sure Cine set. It comes with the 24, the 35, and the 55. And when I'm traveling, I usually bring the 35 since it is my favorite focal length at the moment, and I think it just does perfect in the studio when shooting with the Sin City bartender. The FX30 is my workhorse, and this camera always comes with me. It's either the B camera for the Sin City bartender or it's my A camera for any other projects. I just got back from Vegas a few days ago. However, before that, I was in Montana with a different client, and it was more of a run and gun job. And honestly, like always, the FX30 killed it. The FX3 and the FX30 bodies are compact and they're perfect, and I can carry this camera around without it being too noticeable, or I can rig it up a little bit if I need to. I do miss my FX3 mainly for the low light and for the occasional 120 FPS and for the slight jump in image quality that it gives you. When traveling with the Sony, these are the two lenses that I typically always bring. The first lens is the 24-105 f4, and back when I had the FX3, I thought this lens was a better option than the 24-70 f2.8 because I would rather have a little bit more length than the faster f-stop. With the FX30 being an APS-C camera, I am already getting a tighter shot. So in this case, I think I would rather have the 24-70 f2.8 to help out in low light situations. So very possible one of those is coming, so stay tuned. The next lens I use is the Sony 10-20 f4, and it does save me in some situations where it is really tight, like being in a car, in a four-wheeler, or in a helicopter. I can just open it up, get wider shots. And again, it's small, it's compact, it doesn't take up much room in my camera bag, so it's a lens I always want to have with me for those just in case moments. For audio, I have two options. I have the Sony ECM-B10 mic, and this mic is awesome. I can just put it on top of the camera. I can set on auto. It is powered through the hot shoe mount, so no need to worry about charging it or batteries. And the less I have to worry about on film day, especially when I'm doing run and gun situations, the better. Now, if I do need to mic someone up, I have these Rode Wireless Pros, and these are nice because it comes with a charging case, so if I put it in the case, they're charging. And I also like that this is recording a backup track in case something happens to the audio on camera. I always have a backup track. I don't love having these on because they're not as worry-free as the Sonys. However, if I do need better quality audio or I need to capture someone talking, these are the ones that I'm gonna go to. As of right now, I still have my iPhone 15 Pro, and the Apple event is coming up soon, so maybe I'll have a 16, but as of right now, I use my iPhone to do quick edits on Lightroom for things like stories, but I also use it to get quick B-roll shots when I'm out and about. And I have this awesome case and tripod wallet that Moth sent me. If you watch my previous video, you know that I hate big wallets, and I just have a really cheap Amazon minimal wallet. It holds maybe 3 or 4 cards, which is more than enough for me. This wallet can hold up to 2 cards, which is perfect for me because I really only need my license and a backup credit card. I always use Apple Pay to pay when it's available. And it's nice to have this wallet tripod stand because I only have 2 cameras at the moment. So if I need to go out and get footage of me on the FX30, then I don't need to bring my Red. I can just use my iPhone and use this tripod stand and get footage by myself. and I really just like the minimalism and the color of the wallet, so thank you Moth for sending this case and wallet over to me. And no, Moth didn't sponsor this video or anything like that. My DJI Mavic 3 Classic does not get as much love or usage as it should, and a lot of it has to do with the fact that I'm not that good of a pilot, so I really only use the drone at the request of a client. I have tried incorporating some drone footage into my YouTube videos, however, it doesn't always make sense. And one of the things that bothers me as well is that I just can't seem to get the best quality footage out of my drone, and also I suck at color grading drone footage. It's awful. I've messed it up pretty bad a few times. So I do like to use it for an extra angle or a filler shot, but I don't really rely on it that much. Most of the time when I travel, I will be bringing my MacBook Pro 16-inch M1 Max, and this computer is a beast and it has been my go-to ever since it came out in 2021. We've gotten to the point where this computer needs an upgrade, and this is the year where I'm gonna upgrade. And at the moment, I think I'm gonna opt for the 14-inch just to have a smaller computer body for traveling, and if I need a little more extra screen, I always bring my iPad with me so I can use Sidecar if I need more room. I'm so close to having all USB-C devices. At the moment, I think the only things that don't use USB-C are my Apple Watch, my old AirPods, and an old pair of running Beats headphones that I still use occasionally. So I've been carrying around this Tobin 1 140 watt power adapter, and it has 2 USB-C ports and a USB-A just in case. I like this break because I can charge all my devices with it, and it can even charge my Mac. So at the moment, I don't even bring that big MagSafe charger that the MacBook Pros come with. Most devices are USB-C, however, some companies do this really annoying thing where they include a USB-C to USB-A cord. Why do that? But this Tobin brick has a USB-A plug, so if you need it, it's there. So I really recommend this brick. Like I mentioned, I still have an old pair of AirPods, and I will bring these when I'm traveling. However, they die really quickly, specifically the left, which is really annoying. So along with my AirPods, I'll also bring the Beats Studio Buds. These definitely aren't as comfortable as the AirPods, and the noise cancellation is not as good either. However, these are good enough for just quick flights. Everything I've mentioned to this point has been, for the most part, an essential. However, there are some extra things that I swap in and out, just depending on where I'm going, how long I'm going, and how much room I have. One of the first things I bring, if I have a little bit extra room, is this Marshall Bluetooth speaker. I don't always want to have headphones in, and I want to just have a small portable speaker that I can bring with me. If I get an Airbnb or a hotel, I'll put the speaker in the bathroom because who doesn't like blasting some music when they shower? Although I typically always bring my iPad with me when I travel, I put it on the extras list because it's probably one of my least used devices. I use it to check notes, but most of the time I'm doing that on my phone, and sometimes I do sketch out shot lists. However, I don't like to bring the iPad because it's the iPad Air 5th generation and the screen brightness is awful. So if I take it outside and I'm trying to look at those shot lists, I can barely see anything. I would love to upgrade to one of the M4 iPads, however, at the moment, the MacBook upgrade is the priority. I love my Nintendo Switch and I play it for a few minutes almost every day. However, when I'm traveling, I am typically packing as much camera gear as I can, so a lot of the time the Switch has to get sacrificed. Not that the Switch is huge or anything, but I miss the old PSP that Sony had, and I know they made a compact one as well, so Sony, I think you should bring those back. I've never really been a power bank person because most of the time I'm traveling long enough to where my phone's gonna hold off, and if I need to stop using my phone, I'll just stop using it. But ever since FanStream sent over this power bank, I've been loving it and I always bring it with me. I only have the Apple Watch in the extras because I would be perfectly fine without it if I didn't bring it. However, the Apple Watch is always coming with me. I do have the Ultra, and it's nice because it can go 2, 3, maybe 4 days without charging. However, Apple can make this go a week. It would definitely be a game changer because I probably wouldn't even bring a charger, or just change it to USB-C charging. That'd be nice too. My running shoes have been one of my favorite pickups of the year, and I have the Asics Noosa Tri-15s, and it has been life-changing to actually have dedicated running shoes. I don't always have room for another pair of shoes, and these are really bright and extra, so they're not gonna be the only pair of shoes that I bring. But when I can, I'll bring them and I'll sneak out for a run. These Beats over-the-ear headphones I've been typically bringing with me whenever I travel, but lately I have been leaving them at home just to stay a little bit more lighter. But I love these headphones to work out and sometimes run in. Last thing are my SSD drives, and I'm always swapping these in and out just depending on what I need. Some SD drives have different footage, or if I just need to back up footage, I'll bring one that's empty. So these are always coming with me. those are my essentials at the moment, and I'm sure they're all just gonna continue to change, so I'll probably put out another video in a few months. So definitely subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.